So I'm going to start today with sowing some sweet corn. A lot of people sow it in root trainers, but unfortunately I haven't got any root trainers, and I won't be buying any anytime soon. So what I'll do is I'll put them in a toilet roll holder, put the toilet roll holder in the tray, and it'll do exactly the same job, but it'll cost a fraction of the cost. And I've been collecting toilet rolls for a few months now, so we've got plenty to go at. I've got the toilet roll holders out. So what I'm going to do is, if I compress the compost, it'll stay in the bottom, and that way I'm not having to fill the tray up. There we go. So just repeat that. Just firm the compost in so it doesn't fall out the bottom, or too much doesn't fall out the bottom. And then pop them in the tray, just like that. I should just repeat that 24 times and I'll get back to you. I'm going to be growing two different varieties. I've got an Incredible F1, which I grew last year, and has some nice sweet corn, and this year we're going to try a popcorn, which is called Robust. And to sow them couldn't be simpler. A nice large seed, so we're just going to pop one of each on top. So it's one seed each. And then we're just going to push it down into the soil, about ½ an inch. And then sprinkle on top. So when I plant them, I'm going to plant them in the grid formation like that, not in a straight line, because they need to be planted like that to pollinate each other. They're not insect pollinated, they're self-pollinated. And if you just put them in a straight line and the wind's blowing across them, you're not going to get any pollination. So by putting them in the grid like this, it contains all the pollen within one area, and you improve your chances of pollination. Also, because I've got two different types, I'm going to plant one type on this plot and one type on my other plot, so you don't get cross pollination, and then I should be able to keep the seeds for next year, hopefully. So yeah, I'll just get on and plant the others. So we'll pop these in the water bath, and then we'll move on to something else. Caylets, and this is for the Kaylet Crazy 2023 challenge from Will, the Flying Gardeners channel. Just going to flatten it out. I can never get into these things. There we go. Quite large seeds, so should be able to space them individually. Just firm them down. There we go, it really is as easy as that. In the water. Just going to do some calendula, flowers. I think they're self-seeded around most of this plot, but I want to put some in the new plot. can sow these direct, which I may do later on in the season, but just for now. And it's in process. And these ones come with a label, so don't have to worry about that. It's another packet finished. We've got some pak choy, Chinese cabbage and coriander. So let's get those started. I'll just find myself something to put them in. So I'm going to do half with the Chinese cabbage and the other half with the pak choy. Put 2 or 3 in each cell. So that's the Chinese cabbage. It's the first time I've ever grown pak choy. I mean, beans, I'm literally just starting my second year of having the allotment. It's going to be the first time I grow a lot of things. There we go. As always, I like dusting. Right. In the water. And then the last of the indoor planting will be coriander. Just going to spread it in one of these larger pots. Again, into the water. And I think that's all we're going to be sowing in the polytunnel for today. We've got the sun's coming through there, terrible. We've got some carrots that I'm going to put into my carrot planter. So we should do that in a little while, but first I need a cup of coffee. This carrot bed is 16 inches by 16 inches by 2 feet high. I'm just going to run 3 rows along it and get them in. I'm using a variety called Autumn King 2, but apparently these are extra long, so I'm hoping to get somewhere near the bottom of the container. Something 12 inches would be perfect, maybe more. Now I've got a polycarbonate roof. I can knock the tripod up, just sit on top of that. Keep it, it's almost like a little greenhouse cloche type thing. There we go, that's those done. Right, last job of the day. Let's plant up the rest of the potatoes. These are 30 litre containers, well, bags. I got these from Wilco's years ago, but I've never used them because I can never afford to put compost in there. And then a fishing bone. A good mix. I've started keeping this in the greenhouse now after the rats had it. So we're a finger's depth there, maybe 3 inches. So we put 2 in. Cover them over. I'll put 2 more in the opposite orientation. And then we just fill it up. I think my job this afternoon is to tidy up the polytunnel because it is a mess. And these are the Pentland javelins, so we'll label them up. Just put the tape around the handle. There we go. Just do the other 3 now. Put them outside for a little bit of while, give them a watering in the sun. And then, because it's going to be cold tonight, I'll bring them back in. And that is how I'm going to be doing my potatoes in bags. Had a really good morning this morning. I've got a fair bit done. I've got the potatoes in the bags. I've got plenty of seeds sown. I've moved things around. And I've had a bit of a tidy up in the polytunnel. I've got some carrots in, so I think that's a good day's work, and I'm going to go home now because my leg is starting to hurt, so I don't want to push myself too hard and not be able to come back again. So I'm going to go home now, take a rest, and then I might come down tomorrow morning. I've got some bags of rubbish to see if I can move around because I want the plot to look as neat as it can. So until tomorrow, bye bye.